You've got your gaming rig and you've got awesome gaming skills. But maybe you're looking for something compact. Well, if you're looking for something that can pack a punch without taking up your whole desk, a mini PC is your best bet. And today, I'm walking you through the top 5 best mini PCs for gaming that'll take your tiny setup to the next level. Let's head right in. Let's kick things off with the Beelink SER6, a great option if you're looking for a budget-friendly gaming mini PC. Now, this little guy packs an AMD Ryzen 5 6600U processor with integrated Radeon 660M graphics. Of course, that doesn't mean you will get the absolute best graphics performance, but you can still expect it to handle lighter, older games, and of course, your everyday tasks. Games like Minecraft and League of Legends should run really smoothly. That's because it's also got 16GB of DDR5 RAM, which keeps things humming along nicely. Here's how you can make it even better. You can actually upgrade the RAM and storage yourself. It's got 2 Saudi slots for RAM and a PCIe 4.0 M.2 slot. You can even add a 2.5-inch drive if you want a ton of storage, although it comes with 512GB, but you know, sometimes that's just not enough. But there's one little drawback. It uses a dual fan design, and because the fans are smaller, they can get a bit noisy when the system is working hard. It's something to keep in mind, and you might wonder, is it worth saving a little bit of money with this one? I say that because, for a slightly higher price, you could get a mini PC with a 680M, which gives you more power. But if you are on a tight budget, the SER6 is a solid starting point. And then, we have the Geekom AX8 Pro. This one's all about packing a serious punch into a tiny package. I say that because it's small enough to almost fit in your pocket. But don't let the size fool you. Inside, it's got some powerful components. You can choose between 2 beastly AMD Ryzen processors, the Ryzen 9 8945HS or the Ryzen 7 8845HS. In simple words, these are top-notch CPUs that can handle pretty much anything you throw at them. It's also got that sleek, sparkling silver design that just looks fantastic. Now, for gaming, it features the AMD Radeon 780M GPU, and it handles 1080p gaming surprisingly well. For example, games like F1 2024 can run at around 73 FPS on average with low settings. But more demanding games like Cyberpunk 2077 might struggle a bit, hitting closer to 43 FPS. So you might be wondering, who is this perfect for? I'd say it's ideal for casual gamers. You can still play a lot of games, just don't expect to crank everything up to ultra settings. It is also gorgeous looking with sparkling silver design. The thing is, it can get a bit noisy when it's working hard. That's the airflow. But if you're after a super portable and well-built mini PC for everyday use and some gaming, this is a fantastic option. Alright, let's move on to our next pick, the Minisforum UM773 Lite, which features the AMD 680M integrated graphics. The 680M really shines here because it's paired with 32GB of super-fast DDR5 RAM. That's why AMD CPUs and their integrated GPUs work so well. It might not be quite as powerful as the newer 780M, but the thing is, it's actually a bit more power efficient. Here's what you can expect in terms of gaming. Esports titles? They'll run great at 1080p. Emulation? No problem at all. And if you're into older games, the performance will be as fantastic as you'd expect. If you're not chasing the absolute latest AAA titles, you're going to have a blast with this thing. The UM773 might not be portable like a handheld, but it has tons of ports. I mean, it's incredibly practical. It's also surprisingly upgradable. It's got 2 SODIMM slots for RAM, a PCIe 4.0 M.2 slot for fast storage, and even space for a 2.5-inch drive. You can even connect an external GPU via the USB 4 port later on if you want a graphics boost. That's a neat way to extend its lifespan. So this one deserves to be on your radar if you plan to game with extended capabilities later on. Alright, let's jump into our number 2 spot, the Zotac ZBox Magnus 1. Now, this one might not look like much at first glance, but trust me, it's hiding some serious power. I'm talking about an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 GPU packed inside that tiny chassis. This graphics card is a beast. What I mean is, you can expect excellent 1440p gaming performance. You might be thinking, what about the CPU? Well, it's got the Intel Core i5-10400, which, indeed, is a bit older. Still, there's no way to deny its fast processing capabilities. So rest assured that it won't hold back the GPU. You'll get the most out of your games. And while 16GB of RAM might not seem like a ton compared to some other mini PCs, it's definitely enough for gaming and everyday tasks. Here's the thing about this PC. It's all about fitting high-end performance into a small package. Let me explain a bit about the connectivity features. You have a good selection with 1 HDMI 2.1, 3 DisplayPort 1.4a, gigabit LAN, and plenty of USB ports, including 4 USB 3.1 and 4 USB 3.0 with 1 Type-C. It also comes with a 512GB SSD for storage. Now, it's definitely on the pricier side. You could probably build a full-sized gaming PC with even more power for the same money. But the thing is, if you're short on space or just love the idea of a compact gaming machine, you'll rarely find alternatives as enticing as the Magnus one. After all, it's all about that blend of sleek design and powerful performance. Okay, we've reached our number one pick, and it's the Asus ROG NUC. This thing is small and light, which is pretty surprising for a gaming PC. I mean, it's using all mobile-class hardware, but it's designed to blend right into your living room. Think of it like a cable box. That's how discreet it looks. It is also why it makes for a fantastic media center PC. But here's the interesting part. It's also packed with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070, and that might give you some idea of how well it can handle some serious gaming. The ROG NUC can definitely play any PC game out there. I mean, you can play demanding games like Cyberpunk 2077 and Black Myth Wukong pretty much without feeling like it's running on mobile hardware. For the processing power, you can choose between an Intel Core Ultra 7 or an Intel Core Ultra 9 processor. For RAM, options range from 16GB to 32GB of DDR5. And for storage, you're looking at a 512GB to 1TB PCIe 4.0 M.2 SSD. Now, of course, there are a few limitations. The mobile hardware does hold it back a bit if you're connecting it to a 4K TV. Like, you'll need to turn down some settings to keep things smooth. But remember, it's still more powerful than a PS5, even with those limitations. And because it has an NVIDIA graphics card, it can use DLSS to help boost performance at 4K. That means you just need to manage your expectations a little. Then again, you're getting a lot of power in a super compact package, and that's what matters most. You can arguably say that the Asus ROG NUC is probably one of the best mini-gaming PCs out there. Thanks for sticking around. For more content like this, don't forget to hit subscribe. Click the bell icon too, so you'll get notified every time we drop a new video at FlexiViews.